So unlike last month's Saturday night's main event, this Saturday night's main event coming up this coming weekend almost feels insignificant compared to that one, and definitely feels insignificant compared to the Royal Rumble, which is literally a week after this event. So I'd be lying to you if I told you that I was super hyped for this Saturday night's main event, because I kind of know what we're getting, what we're walking into when we get these, Saturday night's main event shows. There's only really one match that I'm interested in seeing. And we're going to start off with that match, and that is Fatu against Braun Strowman. These two guys have had sort of a mini feud on SmackDown the last couple of weeks. They took Strowman out, and he returned this last week, and we got this match announced on SmackDown between Strowman and Fatu. And Fatu, recently now, he's starting to do what Solo did initially following WrestleMania, because Roman Reigns, he lost at WrestleMania 40, and then Solo took over. He started, acting and taking, and representing his family, creating the new bloodline and whatnot. So I think, and now Fatu was in the same situation where Solo lost everything, and now he's got to step up and sort of, be the quote-unquote leader of this family right now, because, Solo Sikoa is literally nowhere to be found, and when he is around, he has no words to say. He walks out. So I think, obviously, Fatu is going to win this match. I think it's going to be a great match. It's going to be a big, heavy hitter match between Fatu and Strowman. I think you're going to slowly start to see now Fatu start to get more exposure, because recently, he's only been in tag team matches and whatnot. So I think this is going to be the match where, this is going to be like one of his breakout matches in WWE, and we're going to start the Fatu push, so to speak. And now we move on to a match that I'm not really looking forward to at all, but it is on this show, so we gotta talk about it. And that's Rhea Ripley against Nia Jax. So this was really put together last minute. Rhea Ripley just won the Women's Championship a few weeks ago against Liv Morgan, and they kind of scrambled. They kind of, figured they need an opponent for Rhea in the short term, and who can we, plug in for that quick match. And Nia Jax is going to be that, opponent that they picked out at the last minute. So I'm not really, looking forward to this match. I think it's uber predictable who's going to win in this match. And also, this is something that we've seen in the past. We've seen Rhea against Nia a handful of times. We saw it at the Elimination Chamber last year in Rhea's home country. So, I mean, it's fine for what it is, but obviously we know that Rhea isn't losing the title anytime soon. She's going to walk in to WrestleMania as the women's champion, so I'm just going to stick with Rhea. I know she's going to walk out the women's champion. So I think out of every single match on this card, this is the most, I guess, unpredictable, because we have next Sheamus and Braun Breaker. So Sheamus, his whole story, his whole deal is the fact that he's looking to quote-unquote finish his story and become the Intercontinental Champion. But my thing is, are they bold enough to take the title off of Braun Breaker? Because Braun Breaker right now, he really hasn't done much with the title. And are they bold enough to put the title on Sheamus, sort of finish that story of Sheamus chasing the Intercontinental Championship at Saturday night's main event, at a random Saturday night's main event, rather than a WrestleMania per se? So I'm not really sure. Who's going to take this match. And you also got to mention the fact that Goldberg is going to be returning literally like 2 days after this event on Monday Night Raw. So you have to figure, is Braun Breaker in the plans to face Goldberg eventually down the line? And then maybe this is the way that they take the title off of Braun Breaker so he could go into a feud with Goldberg. I mean, this can go either way. But judging off of other matches that are on this show, the fact that this show, I think, is going to be very heel focused, a lot of heels are going to win here. I think you want to send off the crowd with something sort of happy. You want to send them home happy. So I think I'm going to go bold prediction here. I think Sheamus might actually pull it off here. And maybe we have Sheamus and Ilya Dragunov at WrestleMania, or Sheamus and, somebody else at WrestleMania. So, I'm going against my judgment. I'm going to kick myself if it turns out to be Braun Breaker. But I think, Sheamus, this is his best opportunity that he's going to have to win the title. So I'm going to go with Sheamus. And next we have Gunther against Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now listen, Gunther and Jey Uso is uber predictable as well, much like the Rhea match. There's no way in hell that I think Gunther is losing this title so close to WrestleMania, and I don't really see Jey Uso walking into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. It's really unfortunate though, because Jey Uso, every single time he goes up against a major match for the world title or whatever, he ends up losing. So I mean, the story that they've been telling is great, but to me, it's like, it's not interesting because I already know the outcome. We already know the outcome that's going to happen. I think down the line, you could tell the story of Jey Uso. He's never won a title, and that's eluded him. And that's, it's kind of like the Sami Zayn thing where he wants a world title. He wants it to his name, but he's just never held it. And so I think, and also, one wild card factor that we have to mention here is the fact that Drew McIntyre is always lurking. And also, by the way, Jey Uso beat Drew McIntyre a few weeks ago. Granted, it was a roll-up pin, but he still beat Jey Uso. So, my logic is, Drew McIntyre lost to Jey Uso. Drew McIntyre is pissed at the entire bloodline. Why wouldn't Drew McIntyre come in and screw Jey Uso? And, then Jey Uso, he loses, but it's not, as clean of a loss. He got fucked over by someone else, and Gunther, he wins, but, not fully. So I think either way, Gunther is going to walk out with the World Heavyweight Championship, as we know. And next, I'm not really sure if we're going to main event with this segment. But the segment is Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. They have to sign sort of a revision contract here tonight, and they're going to have a moderator here, and that moderator is going to be the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, because granted, he's from San Antonio, and this event is taking place from San Antonio, the hometown boy. I really have no clue what they're going to do in this segment. I will tell you personally what I would love to see happen, and that's the fact that Shawn Michaels obviously is this, living legend. He's a living legend in Texas. And Kevin Owens, I want to see Kevin Owens either attempt a package pile driver, or if Shawn Michaels is willing to and is healthy and able to, I would love to see Shawn Michaels take a package pile driver or a power bomb onto the apron or something like that, because Kevin Owens, he's package pile drived Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and he's attempted to Rey Mysterio. And he's attempted to package pile drive Rey Mysterio. So he's sort of this, asshole like that. He's trying to take everybody out that doesn't agree with him. And like, let's say he does package pile drive Shawn Michaels. Think of the sympathy that's going to create for Shawn Michaels, and sort of that vengeance that people are going to look to for Cody Rhodes. Like, hey man, you got to really come in and kick this guy's ass, kick Kevin Owens' ass at the Royal Rumble. And also, it's going to make Kevin Owens look like a major prick. The fact that, he attacked this, veteran legend Shawn Michaels in his hometown. So that's what I would love to see. I don't know if we're going to see this. I'm just kind of fantasy booking this. But let me know what you guys think down below of the Saturday night's main event. This is going to be the last Saturday night's main event for a while. I think the next one is either in April or in May, sometime around then. So it's going to be a while until we see one. So let me know what you guys think down below. And until next time, I'm out.